Hello everyone. So for today I thought I'd do a sketchbook slash art journal flip throughs, but I'm just actually not gonna go through the whole thing. I'm just gonna show you guys the stuff that resulted from doing Jane Davenport's online workshops or classes. In terms of my background, I'll post a link down below of a blog post I did regarding how long I've been drawing and stuff like that. So, but long story short, although I've been drawing for a long time, it has never been consistent. So I've done drawing and oil painting, but it's been on and off. Sometimes I won't even touch like a pencil and a sketchbook for like years. So my progress has not been good. But this year I decided to really draw, even just for a few minutes every day. And in January, oh wait, I guess I'll talk about how I got into Jane Davenport's classes. I have all her books here. Beautiful Faces, Fabulous Figures, and the Whimsical Girls. So the Beautiful Faces I've had since 2015. I just found it in a bookstore and I just really love the pictures in it and the way she talks about drawing. Her style is very impressionistic and I just fell in love with that. So I did some of the exercises a while back, but like I said, because I was never really consistent, so that didn't go anywhere. And I think if you guys have the time, I did a quick flip through of this book with another fashion illustration book, I think 2 years ago. So I just really loved her style. So in the beginning of this year, I decided to do her classes. I wasn't sure how her style of lessons would be like, so even though I've seen her YouTube videos, I wasn't sure about the structure of her class, so I decided to give the mixed media one a try, and that cost me around $9. I watched that and I fell in love with like everything that she said in that class, so I decided to do the Draw Happy. And then after that, I did Supplies Me. And then I took a few months from her classes. I did other stuff. And then in July, she had a discount code. So I bought her Fabulous Figures course, which is a supplement to her book, the Fabulous Figures one. And then I also bought before the end of July, which one is the Express Yourself. So the journal I did for Express Yourself, I'm gonna show like a quick flip through of the whole thing because I actually did a separate journal for that class. But for the rest of the other classes, I did them just in my sketchbooks that I was working on at the time. So it wasn't anything. I didn't do a specific one for each class, which she actually suggested. That she said, I think in all her classes that it's best to have like a dedicated, if you have the book for it, the journal for it, to have a dedicated one for each class so that all your works are together. And also in all her classes, she shows you how to do make your own journal or how to do an altered book journal, which is, I think I'm going to do that moving on if when I do more of her classes, because I think it's a great idea, and she makes it look so easy and just so beautiful how all her journals turned out. So I thought I would start off with the Draw Happy. Let me just put this away. The Draw Happy is the most basic course that she has. It's like a mini course, so that one cost me around $50 to $60 Canadian when I did it. The mixed media one cost me $9, and that one I just watched. I don't think I did any of the exercises for that one, but I did the Draw Happy. So At the time, the sketchbook I was working on was this one, and this one is an A5 that I just got from, it's like a cheap sketchbook I got from Curry's. So I won't really talk in detail about the classes, because I mean, I don't think it's fair if I tell you like the stuff that she teaches, but I'll show you the stuff that that resulted. So I'm gonna say offhand, like I mean off the bat, that my work is not like, you know, those, you see those flip throughs or journals and sketchbooks that are like so amazing and they all look like finished pieces. Well, mine is not like that at all. So if you're a beginner or whatever, yeah, like you won't be intimidated at all, because my work is, it's, yeah. So anyways, I'm just gonna start off. So this is just doing the, I think, testing the materials on different surfaces. She'll tell you how to do that. And basically with the Draw Happy, it's just, she's just really encouraging you to give drawing a try if you've never done it before, or you're just fearful about it. Like, even though I've drawn before, I still decided to buy that class because I just wanted to really start from the beginning when it comes to doing her style. So I think it was so worth it. So I'll tell you in the end what I think you should be doing anyways, if you're a complete beginner or you're more advanced. So just a lot of the doodles and doing basic faces. And also testing out more of the materials and stuff like that. That's really, she just wants you to get going and just move your hand. And yeah, that's about it. I think for Draw Happy, that's what I did with that. And then with the Supplies Me, I just decided to use an old art journal from 2015 that I didn't really do much on. So I think I redid some of the exercises from Draw Happy in this journal before I started out with the Supplies Me. But I think the actual beginning is this one, where it's just basically doodling. And with Supplies Me, it's really great because what she does is she talks about each art supply or each material that you have, and then after she does a review of that, she tells you her recommendations, and then she does like a sample sketch or like a sample art journal page, and then she gives you homework. So to be honest, I don't think I did all the homeworks in that class because at that time I didn't have all the materials that she had. Like I think with that one, I don't think I had any of the pastels or the, let me see, can't remember now. I think, yeah, a few of the exercises I skipped, but I watched all her videos anyways, and sometimes over and over, because I just find them really inspiring. So Supplies Me is great as well because she tells you, she teaches you how to draw faces, face on, 3/4, and then she also touches a bit on drawing the figure. So it's also a lot of testing out the material, swatching basically. And this, I'm just doing, in this one I think I'm just doing different, like the same face using different materials. Like this one is, I think, color pencil, the Jane Davenport magic markers, which are really great. And this one is the oil pastel. This one is acrylic, I think. Like, as you can see, a lot of my, this is not from the Jane Davenport class. Like her, like, what was I gonna say? I can't remember now. So as you can see, a lot of my pages are not really amazing, but what Jane does, it just really encourages you to, even though it's not like a perfect page, it's not the perfect face, but if you're having fun, just go ahead and do it. And she really emphasizes that in the class, not to be a perfectionist. And I think that's really great for anyone, really. Like, and this one, I think this is the last page in terms of supplies me. And then this one, I did some of the exercises from her book, Beautiful Faces. And this is like the shading section, I think, the graphite pencil. And other stuff. This one is from Beautiful Faces as well, I think. Yeah. So that was in this one was done in February. So after that, I didn't take any of her classes for a while, but I kept doing them anyway. I've done other online courses along the way. And then in July, like I mentioned before, she had a discount code for her standalone classes. So I started off with fabulous folkloric fabulous figures, I think that's what it's called, to go along with this book. It's a great book as well. Even though I've done other figure drawing classes like online and even in books, I still decided to do the fabulous figures because the way she does it is so simple and easy, and it's just fun. It's more of fashion illustration style. So let's see. So I think this is one of the first, yeah, so July 23rd was when I first started doing it. So it's the heart method. I'm not gonna go into that, so because that's what her book is for and her classes. So what's great about her fabulous figures class is that she just doesn't tell you what was already in the book. She actually shows you other exercises to go along with her hearts method. So this one, like I said, because I was doing it in a sketchbook that I already had, like the same one with the Draw Happy. So I have a bunch of other stuff in here that's not to do with her class, so sorry about that. But this one is another sketchbook. Oh wait, no, I think this one is a sketchbook from my sister-in-law that she got me for Christmas. So, and she got it in chapters. The paper is okay. So just some of the exercises. This one, I really love this exercise. This exercise, or this was based on the cover of the book. So I loved it so much that I ended up doing it again just recently. So this one is another exercise. This one I drew, but this one I just printed off from one of her course downloads, and she teaches you how to do the shading part. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like alcohol markers, but the book had that exercise, so I ended up doing it using my alcohol markers, which are just cheap ones from Michael's and the dollar store. So maybe that's why I don't like it, because the quality is not that good. But like, just the way she tells you, like, she in the course itself, she teaches you how to do the shading in watercolor, I think, or mermaid markers. Yeah, but the principle is the same. So I just thought I'd give the alcohol markers another go, and it's all right, I guess. This is another basic face. This one is another exercise from her book. And I think these are other stuff, I think. So this is, I think, the last one I've done that has to do with her course. And this one was the twist and turn section, I think. So, that's it. So after, oh wait, I'll show you guys too. One of the sections in that class, she asked you to do a paper doll project, which is so much fun. Like mine didn't turn out that well, but I made two, one for myself and one for my daughter, so we were playing a lot with it. So ours is looking a bit ragged. Like this one, she lost like her like a body part, but that was so much fun just doing her paper dolls. Like she gives you the template for it. So, and last but not the least, the last course I did with her, and this one I just actually finished recently, was the Express Yourself, which basically talks about doing different expressions. So if you've done the Beautiful Faces course, I never did it because I did the exercises on the book. So, but I still think maybe I should have done it too. Also, the I Heart drawing, I kind of regret not doing that because I think if you've done that, the heart method for the fabulous figures would be such a breeze for you. Yeah, so I don't know why I didn't do it. Anyways, so Express Yourself, just so she concentrates mostly on drawing faces for that one. So this one I will do a full art journal flip through, I guess, because this one I did just for that class, and this was an old sketchbook I had laying around, and I think I tore off some of the previous pages I had in it before because my eldest son used it as a prop for a death note or something like that. So I'll start up with the cover, first page, and then the emotion math exercise. This was such a fun exercise, and I actually didn't think it'd be that useful, but it was. Like, it was so great. And then doing different types of lips. And different expressions. I did it differently than what she asked you to do, but what I found also, yeah, I forgot to say this, with her homework in her classes, a lot of the times I just did them as jumping off points for just sketching or doing an art journal page. So what you saw in the previous stuff and in here as well, they're not exactly what she would tell you to do. So, but most of the time I tried to do like really what she said, but oh my gosh, like I've seen the flip throughs for some of the classes. Like some of the people, they would post on Facebook the stuff they've done, and they're so amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, so intimidating. But I did post a flip through of this on her Facebook group, and that was the first time I've done that. It was kind of nerve-wracking too. So anyways. So the eye section, oh my gosh, that was such, I think that was one of my favorite section, like on all of her classes, just because she really talks to you about shading and stuff like that, and doing a realistic eye. And the way she explains it with the lemon and socks, like you would think, what, like that makes no sense, but the way she talks about it was just great. And then here you have to pick an inspiration to use as a reference for the eye. And I picked Vivian Lee because she's one of my favorite actresses. She's so amazing. Gone with the Wind. So more Vivian Lee, and trying to copy her eye. And this one is the section on doing a child's face, I think, and then how you can transform that face to different expressions. And as a grown-up, I thought that was so amazing as well. And in this class, she asked you to use a tracing paper a lot, so you can. And she'll tell you anyways about how it's done. So this is the first face, and this is her face transformed to more grown-up with the different expressions. Like just subtle changes. She talks about how just a subtle change in the face can totally change the whole expression, and she's right. And this one is the downturn phase. So that was a initial initial sketch. And I put the lyrics from one of my favorite songs, Miss Atomic Bomb by The Killers, because when I was doing this class, I was listening to that song a lot, and also I was watching House Moving Castle a lot, so you'll also see some of the quotes from that. Actually, I used the book quotes for that one. But anyways, so that's the first. I don't know, is that clear? And then same face, so the different expression. And that one is a quote from a House Moving Castle, the book, not the movie, but the movie was amazing too. So. And this one is a, oh gosh, what one is this? Oh, subtle change section. So this was the first phase. And then the second phase, the subtle change in expression. And this one is the upturn phase. Also changing expression. Just like I do that. And this is another quote from the House Moving Castle book. I think we ought to live happily ever after. I just love that. Oh, wait. That's not it. It's another page. This one is a happy face. I think this was the last section of the class. She used Marilyn Monroe for that one, so. And I just put the lyrics from the song "Express Yourself" by Madonna. Yes, Queen. So this was basically the last page I did for the class, and then the rest I just kind of tried to redo some of the exercises again. Wait, this one actually is just this one. It's Sleeping Beauty, because that's my favorite Disney movie. So I think that's it. So that is it, guys. Well, as you guys can see, I've done more than one of her classes, so I obviously love them and I highly recommend them, especially if you love Jane's style. Like if you're into impressionistic painting like Monet and Manet, like her work really reminds me of those painters, so that's why I really love her style. And her classes are just so inspiring, even for us artists who, you know, we're not like amazing, or, you know, we're not masters, but we just want to have fun drawing and doing art journal pages. Yeah, I highly recommend them. If you've drawn before, I suggest starting off with Supplies Me. That she talks about that being her foundation course, and I completely agree. Even now, like even after I finished her course, like that course, I was watching it, like a lot of the sections over and over, just because it's so much fun to see her draw and see her style of painting. And I think that's about it. I just want to say, obviously, it's not because I paid for these courses. It's not sponsored or anything. I wish. They're quite pricey, so I always wait for like a discount or save up for it. So my intention is to take more of her classes. I really want to do the Wonderland one and the one with the Wizard of Oz, the Over the Rainbow. And also her layer cake. Her layer cake course looks really amazing, because as you guys saw, my background pages are not amazing. It's not something I really am proud of, because I concentrate more on the drawing, but I would like to have better art journal background pages, so hopefully I can take that one too.